3 lines horizontally from left to right, and 3 lines vertically up and down. Enough, Murillo. Thank you. Computer's down? Yeah, put it down. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, there we go. Ready? On the left side, I'm going to put the category of U.S. football. I'll put U.S. football. On the top, I'm going to put soccer. I'm going to put yes if you're a fan, no for a fan of soccer. Yes if you're a fan of U.S. football, no if you're a fan of U.S. football. Do that with me. So notice one of the circles categories on the left of the table. One of the other circles category is on the top of the table. We call this a two-way table. So put an arrow from the word two-way table to what you just made. Go ahead and do that. Will just be one category. But here we have 2 categories being compared, so we call it a two-way table. We've got the soccer going up and down and the U.S. football going left and right. Hence, we call it a two-way table. Going to write totals right here and total right here. So far, so good. All right, let's do it. What number do you suppose, excuse me, Simon? Come on, man. So, my question is, what's going to go in this first box here? A yes on football, yes on soccer. 6 on. It's the ones who like soccer and football. That's going to be a 6. Just go ahead and put a 6 in here with me. 6. This would represent those who don't like soccer but do like U.S. football. Who? Don't like soccer but like U.S. football. That'd be 5. Look at the logic here. You got to start thinking logically. Okay. Total is 11. Right. So let's go to. We'll put the total. So this would be represent who? 11. Who are these people?
The people that don't like and like.
No. This 11 represents who?
Yeah, the people that don't
the
like.
The total people that voted.
But like soccer.
These are the total people who. Let's go this way now.
I guess.
The total people who what? Who said yes to what?
Football.
U.S. football, huh? So these are all the people in the class that like U.S. football. Look at 6 plus 5. So this row, because this row is all the people who said yes to U.S. football. These people said no to soccer, but yes to U.S. football. The 5. So this total right here, this total is going this way. It's going this way. So this is only the people who said
I get you, man.
U.S. football, I like. There's 11 of us that like U.S. football. And you can see it from here. Watch.
So the no yes will be 3.
Let's see. 6 and 5 is 11. Look at it. Everyone in this circle likes U.S. football. 6 and 5 makes 11. Okay? In here is those who don't like U.S. Let me talk, please.
3.
Those who don't like U.S. football but do like soccer.
So we need 3.
It's 12.
Don't like U.S. football.
5.
It's going to be 3.
Wait, 2.
No, you don't count the ones outside.
5.
And I count the ones outside.
What? Two's outside the circle.
That's why that means that they're not with it.
They don't like football.
Exactly.
But they don't like soccer.
And
They don't like nothing.
Right, but this
They
one.
like nothing. They still don't
So
like
they go right next to it.
Let's take turns here. This one is they like U.S. They like soccer, but they don't like U.S. football.
Already three right there. Already three.
So it'll be a 3.
Right. Already didn't.
Relax, man.
Can you write it?
Sure. Why not?
Then can you write
And
it?
here,
You write it too.
why?
Because
Give me an argument.
the people that both don't like it. They don't like either.
Nice.
That's 5.
Right here, the 2. That's me and Yolo right here.
2, 5.
You guys are the good people.
So 3 plus 2, 5 here.
5.
All right, let's go downwards now. 6 plus 3 is 9. 5 plus 2, 7. So 9 plus 7, this should add up to be 16 going to the right, and it should add up to 16 going down, and it does. 9 plus 7, 16. 11 plus 5 is 16, so it's a two-way table. Notice.
That's crazy.
Now, the joint frequency, this is a fancy word for these numbers here. Go ahead and put an arrow to the 6, to the 5, to the 3, and to the 2. Right, those are called joint frequencies. Put an arrow from the word joint frequency to those boxes. That's fine if you want, whatever you want, just I'm putting arrows. So on a two-way table, these are called the joint frequencies.
So the numbers and stuff.
The marginal frequencies, put an arrow from marginal frequency, are all the totals from the columns and the totals from the rows. When I say column, I'm talking about up and down. So the totals from the columns are 9 and 7. The totals from the rows are 11 and 5. The fancy word for that is called marginal frequency. So far, so good. Okay, now, we're going to make a table exactly like this underneath now. 3 horizontally, 3 vertically, because we have to define these last 2 words. Go ahead and cross out conditional relative frequency. We're not going to cover that in the summer. We're only going to cover these last 2 words. But go ahead and make another table underneath in that space there. So the key thing here now to keep in mind is this new table I made. The joint relative frequencies here in red are the probabilities of each joint frequency on top. So I took 6 divided by 16 for the probability, and it became 0.375. 3 divided by 16 becomes 0.188. And typically when we have a joint relative frequency table like this, a two-way table, we round to the nearest third decimal. So if I add these, the yeses for soccer coming down, if I add these up, I get 0.563. Here, the joint relative frequency is 0.313, so 5 divided by 16, so that's here 5 divided by 16, 0.313, rounded to the third decimal, the probability, and then 2 divided by 16, 0.125, rounded to the third decimal. If I add these up going down, I get 0.438. If I add these up going from left to right, I get 0.313. Left to right, 0.688. Now the interesting is, if you add these totals, they become 100%, which is all the sample space. If I add these totals going down and add these totals going from left to right, it becomes one whole, both the columns and both the rows. Now remember, when I say a row is going from left to right. A column goes from top to bottom. So make a little note for that for yourself. And these are two-way tables. We'll continue more tomorrow.